Greetings, YouTube. A few weeks ago, I reviewed Wars, the role-playing game, a tabletop pen and paper role-playing game based on the Wars collectible card game. Now, as a role-playing game, I thought it was kind of an absurd premise, a five-way war. No such thing has ever existed, nor will it ever exist. People find themselves in three-way wars, and it's considered horrible. Five-way wars are just silly. But if you throw out that premise, I thought it was a pretty solid, generic science fiction game. But the main core rulebook was missing the two alien races that make up 2/5 of the factions in the game. I thought that was a little annoying. So I picked up a couple supplements. The first supplement I picked up was Wars Incursion. This is a module. Pretty straightforward. It's supposed to take your characters from 2nd level to 4th level. It's really geared for just humans working for either the Earthers, the Gongen Martians, or the Mavericks, who are all over the place. And as the modules go, I think it would probably achieve its goal. It would take your characters from 2nd to 4th. I'm not big on modules. I wanted to see how they laid it out, see how they did it. It seems like pretty standard. They're not dungeon rooms with hallways between them. There are locations all over the solar system with millions of miles of space between them, but it's a very similar feel. One of the premises in it is just silly. It's a technical MacGuffin that just makes no sense. That was thrown in there just because it gives the player something to do, which I thought was a little annoying. But I usually just use modules for the maps, the images, and the NPCs. It means I don't have to work them up. So in that regard, I may well use this someday for something. The other one I got was a hardcover, though. Wars Battlefront. And this book is the one that has the alien information in it. The two alien races are presented in here. And they did a pretty good job of covering them. I thought that they suffered from the Star Trek homogeneous disease, where all of the psychic aliens think the same, and all of the ex-slave aliens think the same. It's like kind of like Klingons, and they're always the same, and Vulcans are always the same, and you see it in fantasy where all dwarves are drunken Scotsmen, which really bugs me. I'd like to see diversity in my races. Humans have it, elves have it for the most part, but pretty much every other race is always seen as being very much one color, just through and through. There's no variations, and that bothers me. Also, it bugged me that the aliens have level advancements. I've always thought that was an awkward mechanic. I've never liked it much. I'm kind of hoping that Pathfinder finds a solution to that when their monster book comes out later this month. Can't wait for that. I already got mine pre-ordered. But this book does a nice job presenting the solar system as seen in this game. And not just how it can be done within the context of their storyline, but I think it's a really nice overview of the major bodies in our system that could be used by anyone that wants to run an in-system science fiction game. I mean, absolutely some solid information that has almost no mechanics involved. It's just fluff. And there's also an entire section in there for about traveling from point A to point B in the system. Minimum traveling distance, maximum traveling distance, and the average traveling distances, showing them both in time and in light minutes. So it is wicked useful if you want to run an in-system game. And the gravity drive they use in the game, I think, would be easy to say that it's the same drive that they use in the Firefly Serenity universe. It would be so simple. So I think this is a great resource. You combine with this the main book, you've got everything you need to run a solid science fiction game. And it's got psionics built into it, which is great. So if you want to do Serenity, you can do it. The only psychic in the game is going to be River Tam, or someone like River Tam. But it's still be perfectly good for Farscape, Babylon 5. In fact, I think it would be great for Babylon 5. And because it's 3.5 OGL compatible, you have all the races out there in the game, in all the different games you could use as aliens. Orcs, elves, mind flayers, you name it, you could use them. The Aboleth, they would make some twisted aliens. And so this is I think these two books combined would make a great resource for anybody that wants to run a science fiction game. in the OGL rule system. I'm really glad I got the hardcover. I've got a couple of other science fiction type games in the OGL, which I'm probably going to review eventually. But this one I think may well be the best I've seen so far. It's very good. I'm sorry that it didn't sell better, because apparently it's out of print, and the fact the producer, Mongoose Publishing, has no information of this game on their website. I couldn't find anything on them, which is kind of sad. But if you're looking for a science fiction game and you like the D20 OGL rules, I would definitely hunt down Wars, which you should be able to find on Amazon, which is where I got this book cheap. This hardcover was only $4. So give it a look. It's well worth it.